Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today I am super excited to bring to you from the Transformers the movie Studio Series 86 line. This is Deluxe Class Brawn. And as I'm doing this, I happen to just take a glance at the box, and I just realized the upper corner is torn. And I didn't do that. That annoys me. That's because of that flimsy cardboard. Great. Because I really like the logos that they use for the studio, that the Transformers the movie. But regardless, here's Brawn, and I got to say, this is a cool figure. Just let's get this out of the way real quick. Um, yes, this is a mini bot, so it's a smaller deluxe, and like some of the other smaller deluxes, Brawn is actually suspended midair in the packaging. But you do get a cool figure. And let's not forget, it was like a couple of years ago we actually learned the history that Brawn probably was actually originally going to be part of the Mysterians line. And that when Hasbro bought out Knickerbocker Toys, they actually gave the designs to Brawn, Windcharger, uh, Gears, and I think, Huffer uh, to Takara, the design, because they weren't originally part of those micro Koro Q penny racer micro changers. But Brawn rolls quite nicely. It's a great representation of that little Jeep mode from the cartoon. Now, I got this figure off of Amazon.com. It's actually was shipping out now. It was supposed to ship in October with Studio Series Gamer Edition Megatron and Voyager Class Rise of the Beast Rhinox. This is shipping early. Those are still set to ship at a later time. Amazon only gets cases of figures, so that's why it's coming early. But I do expect this to show up at other retailers soon, and possibly even brick and mortar retail. It does come with a little blaster. That's, I guess you can say, it's animation accurate. I really don't remember. I mean, the blasters, some like guys like Brawn, they very rarely used like handheld weapons. Like I remember Brawn changing his hand into like a welding tool to save Huffer once, but it does peg right in there. There is no weapon storage underneath the vehicle, and I gotta say, it's, I think that's a fairly clean undercarriage in my opinion. But that does mean if we do get a retool into Outback, that's where that mortar launcher can go. Um, so other than that, let's just get into the transformation because it's actually kind of fun and it's kind of interesting. First thing you want to do is separate the front here. Oh, actually, the first thing you want to do is flip up this back panel, which comes folded down in the packaging. It actually sits folded up like that. And yet it does make that little very, very loud and concerning snap, but it is what it is. And then what you want to do is fold up this back panel here. And there's a double hinge, so you want to make sure it's like on the first hinge that you can fold it out straight like that. And you can do the transformation with the gun attached. So bring the legs out just like so. We're going to fold them out onto that hinge. Now, the legs do peg in to the fists of the robot mode. And let me just say, if you have a problem with um, the panels lining up, check to make sure number one that the fists are pegged into the leg because that will help line everything up. Make sure that the feet are closed and fit into the slot there, and everything. And these hinges here are flush. So we'll just do that, and then what you can do then is come to the front here and flip down that panel and rotate this panel around. That will hide the front grille. Separate the arms, and then rotate that real quick. Bring the separate the arms and bring them out on this. They rotate out just like so. I usually don't have that hard of a time. just like that. And they do peg together also, so just keep that in mind. Uh, Fun little thing now. See this yellow hinge? We're going to rotate that up. That will just peg into place. Flip the fist down, rotate the arm forward. Do it again on this side. In the instructions, they kind of show you flipping the arms up and then down and stuff like that. But finally, rotate the head around, close up the panel just like that. Some people have said that the bronze head is way too hard to turn. You can accordion this backpack up. There are actually slots hidden in the hinges there that will kind of peg into the lights. And there you have Brawn in its robot mode. Let me adjust the camera a little. The designers have actually said at like one of the recent designer desk interviews that Brawn was this, the transformation was designed that you can actually do the transformation of the original toy. And believe it or not, these do kind of work as feet. So you have that, and it can kind of stand if you get the balance right. But here's the bigger issue. Um, it's just now the arms are really out of proportion. So it actually with that animation head just really doesn't look right standing like this. So to really finish the transformation, open up these panels like so, fold the legs inward. There's a tab that's going to go into a slot right there on the back of the wheel, just like so. Do it again on this side. Open the feet, and there you have Brawn. Nice and neat in its robot mode. Um, remove the blaster from the backpack, put it in its hand. Oh no, Decepticons! Pew pew pew! Oh, I got hit in the shoulder! Oh, I'm dead! I'm dead from a shoulder wound! Oh god, I took so much worse in the original cartoon, but I died from a shoulder wound. Oh, bitter much? Yeah. Oh, we're having some fun today. But yeah, this is actually a really nice robot mode. Let me see if I can come in a little closer here. Yep, there we go. So there's the head. Yeah, really nice, great animation look. Some people were claiming that the head was a little undersized, but then they've realized that was to make it able to rotate a little easier. I don't know. It seems to fit for me. The arms are great. Remember, like Huffer, Ron was one of those. He might be small, but he's actually very strong. So just remember that. You got the universal joints here at the legs, swivels, 90-degree bend, just about. Great ankle pivot because of that transformation joint. My one complaint, though, is when you go to grab the figure sometimes, like just very naturally, you're going to want to grab it around the waist, and that will push down on the backpack and loosen up and detach it from the pegs there. So just be mindful. Also, part of the transformation, you got waist articulation. So you really do have some great posability with Braun here. So I bring the camera out. Lots of fun. I really dig it. I think that transformation is really cool. I mean, again, yes, you're paying full price for a much smaller deluxe, but again, um, that does happen nowadays, and it is the cost of doing business. And let's be honest, we all know that chances are this figure is going to get repainted again, um, much like they've done with Ironhide and Prowl into the I think people are calling it the Childhood Nightmare set. So I expect to see a Childhood Nightmare set with maybe Prawn and that Studio Series Ratchet. That actually, you know what, that could work. Deluxe and Voyager, Prowl and Ironhide, Deluxe and Voyager, Prowl and Ratchet. So that'll be kind of cool, especially to see if they actually just give him a shoulder wound and that's it. But I mean, there's no clear plastic or anything, so I don't know how they would change the deco otherwise to give them like more like battle damage. But yeah, again, fun figure. Really enjoy it. Glad to have it. I'm looking forward to putting it on my Studio Series 86 shelf. Um, which is getting full. It's going to get fuller when we get that Ultra Magnus coming. I thought the line would be over by now, but my gut tells me we're actually going to go all the way another 3 years to the 40th anniversary of the movie. So that's about it. Let's pause and we'll come back with my final thoughts. As always, when I give my final thoughts with these Studio Series 86 figures, I have to include the backdrop, which is incredible. It's that back right when they blow open the side of the Autobot shuttle. So you got Brawn looking there, waiting for the Decepticons to, meet them in battle and then go down to a shoulder wound. Ah, this was a fun review, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Braun really is a great figure, and what's funny is that if you go back to that Titans Return Braun, uh, that was a great Braun too, and I mean that could have been the perfect uh, update the Braun that we needed. But as always, these designers, they find a way to say, nah, we can do it a little bit better. And so they did, and they gave us this Braun. Now, to be honest, I don't know if I said this before, but with the Studio Series 86 line, for me, I feel this is a way to say, you know what, we're done. This is like the ultimate version of this character from this generation that you're going to be able to get at mass retail. We're not saying this is masterpiece, and let me just say, Braun is actually very close to being masterpiece level. So I'd like to see how they would do that even further. But this is going to be it. The next time you see Braun, it's going to have a different look, maybe a different personality. But yeah, and like they were doing like in the early 2000s, where you would get repaints into G1 colors and then those, the names. You get Hot Shot repainted at Hot Rod. What was it Break? You had like Breakback or from the Speedia line redone as a in cup colors. So maybe we can start seeing that again, where it's new characters but with the classic colors as a little wink and a nod. Because frankly, this to me is the best Brawn I think we're going to get for a very long time outside of Masterpiece. And who knows if they're even going to do it at Masterpiece. So I said at the beginning, I did get this from Amazon.com and forgot to mention that since I pre-ordered it, the price somehow did drop about a buck 25. So I did save that. Unfortunately, the price has now gone back up. Really, no point in trying to argue with Amazon because they don't do price matching and they're not going to knock a couple bucks off for you just because you missed out on the pre-order. Um, I'm actually now a little confused because I don't know what's coming next from the Studio Series 86 line, but definitely happy to have Braun, and it's going to be cool to have him on the shelf. Uh, and if you don't shop at Amazon, I think it's only a little more time until the figures start showing up at mass retail. And when it does, if you're waiting for that, definitely it's worth the purchase. So that's about it for the review. This is your old pal Chuck. Like, comment, and subscribe. Helps communicate to YouTube through the algorithms. I have a Patreon, www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. $1 a month, $12 a year. But above all else, I hope you have an awesome day. Once again, your old pal Chuck, for Braun, we will see you next time. Try ducking. Try ducking or parrying. You don't have to take a straight blast. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Take care.